Hello and welcome to Focus Westerville. I'm your host, John Buckles. No matter what time of year, there's always something exciting going on in Westerville. But during the holidays, there's a very special feeling throughout the city. On this edition of Focus Westerville, we're going to highlight some of the city's holiday traditions and also get some helpful advice from the Division of Fire and Police to help ensure this holiday season remains a merry one. First up is one of Westerville's most magical and popular events for children.
Hi, good morning. We'll pick them upstairs. Okay, the elves are waiting for us.
Snowflake Castle was created about 31 years ago by a senior center member. Her name was Kay Shively. She wanted to link older adults with younger children. It was a very small event at Westerville Senior Center. They did a puppet show, there was a very small craft, and the whole thing ended with Santa Claus. Snowflake Castle this year is 7 days long, the most we've ever tried. 13 shifts, 2,600 kids. We build close to 3,000 toys. We have a team of gentlemen who start cutting wood in March. If you've never been to Snowflake Castle before, enter in the lower level. The craft shop is there as well as the train.
They'll come through the door over here, their eyes will light up, and they just come running. Some of them it's so hard for the parents to even pull them away. No, I don't want to go see Santa. I want to stay here. It just makes you feel real good. It really does.
Then you head upstairs to the workshop where you'll get to make a toy with an elf of your own. Easily the most dangerous part of the entire event.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they're hammering and they're going and they're looking around at everything else that's going on. As a good elf, you have to know when to pull away so you don't get your finger smashed in.
And then you head to the house. The house is the final attraction. You get to see where Mr. and Mrs. Claus live.
Oh.
Wonderful. For 29 straight years it was walk-in, and that worked really well. The first year we moved here, we left it walk-in, and by Friday night, it was a 3-hour wait just to get into the workshop.
It's like it's a rock concert or something, you know?
It's Christmas time again. You better be good.
Britney Spears is here.
You better not sin. Santa knows when you've been sleeping and when you're awake. And it's Christmas.
We went to tickets, and this year it sold out in 72 hours. 2,600 tickets in just under 3 days.
We have friends from Westerville, and they love this, and they come every year, and they told us we had to come. We'll bring Dad along next year. And Grandpa, too.
Hi there, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas.
I've come since their dad was a baby to the old location. So this has been a tradition that we haven't missed. It's better every year. Every year you don't think they can outdo themselves, and they do.
And now we're on our way to see who?
Santa!
Santa! Smile and say cheese! All those presents! Isn't that amazing? No, our present is we get to see Santa. Ready, Clint?
It's rewarding for everyone.
I've been here since Tuesday. This is my third shift, and I've probably built, I'd say, probably 300 toys since I've been here. And that's 300 kids that I've had one-on-one interaction with, and 300 families that I've really got to help spread that Christmas cheer, and really to represent Westerville as well.
You know, the payoff from this and the thing that makes me most happy is the reaction of the children. I mean, that is what I do this for. Some of them don't get to see these kind of things anymore. Hours and hours I've spent working on this, and it makes it all worthwhile.
Hi there.
What do you say?
Have you guys been good? Did you guys fight it off? Maybe a little. All right, you want to give me 5? You want to give me 5? All right, Merry Christmas. Good job. Merry Christmas.
We start getting phone calls in June about when tickets will go on sale. Mark your calendar, November 1st is a Monday in 2016. Get ready.
The holidays should be one of the most joyous times of the year. Unfortunately, it can also be a potential time for criminal activity. The Westerville Division of Police wants us to enjoy every aspect of this season, but also wants to remind us to be attentive and vigilant, especially when we do our holiday shopping.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Stevens with the Westerville Division of Police. The holiday season is upon us. For many of us, that means buying gifts for loved ones and preparing for holiday festivities. So, whether a quick trip to the grocery store or a full day of shopping at the mall, you need to have a plan for what you're going to do. We know you all have a plan for where you're going and what you're going to buy, but you also need to have a plan that keeps in mind your safety, that of your family, your home, and your finances this holiday season. So the Westerville Division of Police would like to offer a few shopping safety tips as you prepare to tackle the holiday season this year. As you prepare to leave your house to go shopping this holiday season, here's a few things we want you to keep in mind. Make sure you lock all the doors and windows. If you have an alarm system, make sure it's working properly and make sure that it's on. While you're traveling from store to store, make sure you have plenty of gas in your car at all times. Consider having an emergency kit in your vehicle in case you break down or in case you're stranded somewhere for some reason. And the cell phone that you carry, if you're in your vehicle, keep it plugged in so it's constantly charging. If you have to use it, it's going to have a full charge on it and you can reach someone and let them know what's going on. As you're pulling into the parking lot, some things to be aware of include where you're going to park. Avoid parking near bushes, corners of buildings, large vehicles, or anything else that will leave you vulnerable. Once you're parked, make sure you take your valuables with you when you leave the vehicle. Anything that you can't, put it in the trunk or conceal it somewhere. While shopping, pay attention to your belongings. Keep your purse or bags or cell phone close to you. Also, don't leave personal items in your cart if you're browsing away from it. When you're finished shopping and you're ready to leave the store, survey the lot before you walk to your vehicle. Make sure everything looks okay. If anything doesn't feel right, walk back in the store, maybe ask for assistance. Once you do start to walk to your vehicle, have your keys ready in your hand so that once you get to the car, you're ready to go. Secure your purse, cell phone, and any other valuables in the car first before you load your purchases into the vehicle. As you're driving home, be aware of your surroundings. When you get home, if you have a garage, pull into the garage, put the door down before you even think about unloading anything. It's a good idea to check your receipts when you get home to make sure it matches up with your purchases, as well as to go online and look at your credit card statements. Avoid putting items out under your Christmas tree, especially if it's by a window or a door. Again, this is easily seen by somebody that's maybe looking to break into your home and steal what you've just purchased. Shopping online, you also want to make sure the site is secure. Your browser should show the symbol of a lock if it's considered to be secure. As the holiday season wraps up, you probably have a lot of boxes from purchases. Something to keep in mind here is whatever you put by the curb advertises what's in your home. So we'd like to tell people, break the boxes down, cut them up, see if you can put them in a garbage can. Anything to avoid a would-be criminal seeing what brand new item you may have in your house. We hope this information is beneficial to you, specifically during the holiday season, but also throughout the year. When we're all aware of our surroundings and communicate with one another, we can help to make our community a safer place to live. The Westerville Division of Police wishes you a happy and safe holiday season.
Every year we cherish and continue many holiday traditions in Westerville. And one of them has been bringing a positive light to Uptown for more than 85 years. Watch this.
I have always loved that star because that's one of the first things I noticed in our first year here. We've been here for 32 years and it's something that's always been there.
Back in 1935, George Alexander handcrafted it out of tin and porcelain sockets and copper wiring.
It started in the Depression years to build up everybody's spirits and people look forward to it.
When I rebuilt it in 2014, we changed all the sockets out to plastic, changed the wiring down to a smaller gauge because we were only using LEDs, and then we cut the weight on it down to about 86 pounds.
It not only got restored, it got more efficient at the same time. With the LED lights, you know, it shows that we're maintaining history yet moving forward at the same time, which is what Westerville does. We maintain our history yet we move forward, and I think that's a good symbol of the balance that we have.
I would say the decision to rebuild it rather than to make a new one fell on the nostalgia of it. This was a handcrafted piece by someone who lived in Westerville and they wanted to keep it that way. It comes apart like a puzzle. There were 32 separate pieces, 320 screws, 354 soldered connections, all had to come apart to just take the star apart to get to the insides of it. I started to number each piece and take it apart one piece at a time so that I would put them all back in the right place. We check the star every year, pre-season, about November. We'll take a look at it, make sure the cord's in good shape, and then we would take a truck and we'll bring a truck over with a jib on it. We'll hoist it up on the jib and tie it to the truck so it's secure. Then we would take it downtown and we'd block off a lane of traffic, put it up in the air and hang it on the cable that's up there. Then we have to wire it, so we take it over to the nearest pole there where we have a junction to wire it to, and then we'd set the timer on it and it's ready to go.
To me, it's a sign of hope and peace. No matter what you believe or no matter what's going on in the world, you look at the star and you think of better things, and that's what I really like about it. It's symbolic and it's fun, and it's great to take your children and your grandchildren to see it because it has so much history from Westerville.
We've been putting up more lights every year. Here at Heritage, it takes us probably 2.5 weeks to get them all up, and it's really neat to see all the kids here enjoying, something that you're a part of, something that you built. The lights here, it's definitely something you want to get out and walk and enjoy it that way. Just go get a cup of coffee or something, or hot chocolate, and go walk around here. It's something that you want to see. The whole new South Gateway, we've decided to add some holiday lighting down there as well for the entry to the city of Westerville on the south side. You're going to be able to see it from 270 as you drive by. So I think people are going to want to come and check it out.
Each December at Westerville City Hall, there's a certain beloved Friday night gathering that draws hundreds of people of all ages. And it always seems to kick off the holiday season in Uptown Westerville. Check it out.
We have a lot of long-time traditions, and the tree lighting is, of course, the major one that comes up.
This is one of those things that's neat to do. We do it one time a year. Families really love it. The kids love to come up here, so it's cool that we get to have our hands on it.
It's always a lot of fun to lead everybody in song and hear the little kids from the little preschool sing their songs, and have the community band there, so it's a multifaceted little presentation. So I really enjoy the tree lighting ceremony.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come.
Typically we get 5 to 10 new offers each year. This year we looked at about 15 trees.
He looked at the tree and he said, "I've got to tell you, this is a great looking tree. It'd be hard to beat this." And I did a little happy dance.
When she had just found out that morning, I'd seen her, she's jumping up and down. She said, "I'm so excited."
I thought of our tree as the little tree that could. It wasn't quite big enough for Rockefeller Center.
We always go out on the Monday following Thanksgiving. The crew shows up. The tree gets attached to some equipment that the electric division has. We cut it, lift it over to a trailer, haul it uptown, and then kind of reverse the process to get it standing where it is now. This tree is a blue spruce, about 20 feet tall, really good quality tree. We're really happy with it.
And to be able to light the tree that's been donated generously by someone, and they always get the chance to do it because they've donated the tree, and it's just a great evening.
The switch gets turned on, and I thought, oh, my grandson. That would be perfect. That would be a great memory for his parents, our daughter, and our son-in-law, and for the whole family, for him to be able to turn the switch on. And especially as a baby, it was born prematurely, not expected to live, or challenging at least, that he's just doing fantastically well, and I thought this would be fantastic.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
You know, it's a city based on values, a city of people that care, are committed, and they pass that feeling on to their family and to the people that come to the community as well.
Merry Christmas!
Home-cooked meals, candles, and trees help set the tone for those special holiday celebrations. However, those same festive customs can also contribute to making it a dangerous time of the year, with more home fires in the winter than any other season. The Westerville Division of Fire hopes to bring awareness to some of the most common fire hazards to help keep you and your family safe in the coming months.
Happy holidays from the Westerville Division of Fire. I'm Chief Miller, and while this is a joyous time of year, I'd also like to give you some tips on how you can be cautious during this holiday season. So over the holidays, you'll probably be spending a lot of time cooking for your family and friends. So let's talk about some kitchen safety. When using your stove, make sure that it's clean and that there's no grease in the bottom of it that could start a fire. If you have a self-cleaning oven, many times we get called out because people don't understand how they work. When you use your self-cleaning oven, it is going to heat up and you may actually see some flame in it. That doesn't necessarily mean that your oven's on fire. So we strongly encourage you to read the instructions for your oven and make sure you understand how it works, and avoid making that call to 911 if it's really not an emergency. If you're going to fry a turkey, make sure that the turkey is completely thawed and is not frozen when you put it into the grease. When you do that, it could cause an explosion. Unfortunately, there's a lot of houses that are lost because people have tried to cook these turkeys in a house or in a garage, and if you don't use a thawed turkey, it'll overboil and actually cause the structure to catch on fire. If you have young children in the house, make sure that the pan handles are turned towards the stove and aren't overhanging where a child could grab them and spill something hot on them. Make sure you have a fire extinguisher that is close and handy, or have the lid that's very close to you so you can slowly place it over the pan if it were to catch on fire. You know, always make sure you use the timer when you're cooking cookies or things like that, and never leave the kitchen while you have food on the stove. Many fires in our community are started by unattended cooking. If you decide to decorate a tree for the holidays, make sure that it's kept watered and it doesn't dry out. Some of the worst fires we've responded to have been a result of Christmas trees that have caught on fire in the home. They ignite very rapidly and they spread very fast. If you do have electrical lighting or Christmas lights or any kind of holiday lighting, make sure they have a UL sticker on them to show that they're proved and tested. If those lights are old or if they've suffered any kind of damage, it's probably time for them to be replaced. We all know what a Westerville winter feels like, and it can get pretty cold outside, but here's some tips on keeping you and your family warm during these winter months. If you're using a space heater, make sure that you maintain 3 feet clearance around it, and again, don't leave it unattended. A lot of homes in Westerville have fireplaces. If you choose to use your fireplace over the holidays, make sure that you have a few things in place first. The first thing would be a screen in front of the fireplace or glass doors. That protects any sparks from coming out of the fireplace and potentially catching things on fire. If you have ashes, make sure that you put them in a metal can. One of the first fires I responded to as a new firefighter was between Thanksgiving and Christmas, where a family had put ashes in a plastic trash can and put it on the back deck. And it was pretty memorable for me because they had actually lost their pretty much their entire house as a result of that fire. Make sure all of your family members have working smoke detectors in their homes, and also carbon monoxide detectors. And then the last thing, if you really want to get them that great gift from a firefighter, get them a fire extinguisher. From cooking, decorating, or heating your home this holiday season, we hope you find these tips will help keep you and your family safe. If you have any other questions about the Westerville Division of Fire or any other fire prevention questions, feel free to call us at our non-emergency number at 901-6600 or visit us on the web at www.westerville.org and click on Fire. From our family to yours, the Westerville Division of Fire would like to wish you and your family a happy holiday.
For many, the best part of the holidays is the spirit of giving. And for the past 20 years, city staff have been partnering with Westerville Caring and Sharing to help local families in need.
So often we think of families in need outside of our own area. We're pretty affluent here, but there's still that need. For children in the Westerville School District, this fulfills that need.
Our families are off of school for several weeks for the holidays. The less fortunate students, they're not getting free or reduced breakfasts and lunches. So what we strive to do is to provide a little extra for those 2 weeks that they're off to ensure that there is something in their pantry for our students to eat. We see the need increase every year. At times I think, when is that going to stop? But I have faith that it will be provided to us.
This is our 20th year of doing the annual food drive for Westerville Caring and Sharing. City employees have really gotten into it each year. We start early in the morning and we go to each department and we pick up the food.
I've been here for 17 years. When I first started, we went from, maybe one truck, and now we've grown to 6 trucks. This morning we're all getting our trucks ready. Everybody was gearing up. We're all talking about, what the day's going to be like. We do have a competition. It's by weight and how many people we have in the department. If you do win, at the end, you do get a pizza party. I hope it's us. I like pizza, like everybody else, so.
It just got into a healthy little contest there. Cleared it with the city manager, Dave Lindamore at the time, and he thought it was a good idea. So it's been a kind of a bringing together of the departments because we're all working for the same cause.
There's 7 or 8 of us, so we all meet at City Hall first. We're all getting in our different trucks. Our 1-ton truck was full this year. 3 pickup trucks that were full, and I'm talking you couldn't get any more in them. Got a big box truck that was full.
The city of Westerville, by gum, here they come with their trucks full with food and toys for our kids. They will be back with monetary donations. I don't have words to explain what that means to us.
Next. I go back to my office in the afternoon and I start to figure out how much food each department brought in, and then I have to divide it by the number of full-time employees in that department. And I'm usually getting phone calls while I'm doing that. Who's won? And I'm like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not finished. I get emails. Have you figured it out yet?
My volunteers come in tomorrow and Saturday. The food all has to be counted. Each family that comes in will pick up their food boxes, gifts. A red wagon with a holiday meal will also go out to each of our families.
At the end of it all, you come through here, you see all the trucks empty. You go in here and you look at all this food in here, and I know that I had a part of that. And the guys that I work with had a part of that. It just makes you feel really good. Now, I may not be the richest man here, but when I go home, I have food in my cupboard. And I know that the people that have this food, they're going to go and they're going to have a Christmas dinner. It may not be much, but they're going to have a good Christmas.
It just makes everybody feel happy to see what they've accomplished when they see all the food brought into one place. I usually say 1 can makes a difference, and it does. Each year we seem to gather more and more people participate and they understand the program and realize the importance. When finally the last truck is pulled away and I usually have another glimpse back into the room and see all the food, it's just a good feeling to leave on and to think we've been successful for another year. That to me makes Christmas.
We hope you've enjoyed this holiday edition of Focus Westerville, and that you have an even greater appreciation for some of the people and events that help make this such a wonderful community, especially at this time of year. On behalf of Westerville City staff, let me wish you the happiest of holidays. We finish our program with a can't-miss holiday experience in Westerville, the Sertoma Children's Parade and 5K. Enjoy.
Today it's a 5K run, it's a Rudolph run, dealing with Sertoma and helping bring awareness to a lot of things that Sertoma does within the community.
Sertoma is a short for service to mankind. And so we've been doing speech and hearing in Westerville. It's our 51st year in April.
We all trained together and we all ran together at night after work, after the kids were in bed.
And then somehow Tutu's got involved.
And antlers.
And socks. Yeah, so it was a thing.
So then it became a thing. First 5K ever.
They are looking at, I know pre-registration had them close to 150, and then I think we've got maybe 100 plus floats that are going to be in the parade as well.
Mark Twain Running Club has trained for 2 months, and now we're all running it together.
The weather's fantastic. I'd much rather be out here in December doing the Rudolph run when it's at least 40 or 50 degrees than when it's, -20.